So, as you can see, I found me muff. Can hear that, can't you? Found me muff, which was both pleasing and annoying at the same time, because I thought it had gone for good. So I ordered a pack of 6 muffs, and now I'm just going to be overrun with muffs, basically. So, what's the man to do? 1 microphone, 7 muffs. But hey ho, such is the extravagance. 1 for each day of the week, I guess. Lucky old me. Hey, I'll tell you something else. You ever bitten? It's my own fault. I was eating a whole bar of chocolate really quickly. They're not sponsoring us. I wish they did sponsor us, because I have a lot of chocolate. But I bit the inside of my mouth, and I think and now I just keep biting the inside of my mouth all the flaming time. So I feel like I've basically eaten a chunk of myself, as well as however many grams of chocolate that might be. Look, I'm really excited for Friday. Really excited. So much so that I feel like there are some things to talk about. West Ham, there's some gossip, there's some news. We'll discuss them in a second. But I feel like I'm sort of seeing out time on it, really. You know, in a match when the tricky ringer? That might be close to the truth. Freudian slip there. The tricky winger runs the ball into the corner, just kills a bit of time. I feel like that, right? I feel like I'm just killing time until Friday comes on. I'm mega excited about it. I cannot think that I look forward to a game this much in a very, very long time. What day are you watching this? Wednesday, probably, in which case we've got a review up on Wednesday, so watch our review over on the main channel later on tonight. I'll be telling you then how excited I am. Obviously, I know some people are nervous, some people are excited, some people just wish it wasn't happening at all. But anyway, we crack on with what's been going on. There was one story which we've just got to dismiss straight away, that West Ham might be interested in signing a keeper for 27 million, which seems to have cropped up some story in Italy somewhere. I can't even bother to pull up the details for you. It's nonsense. We won't have 27 million to spend, full stop. You know, even West Ham remain in the Premier League, get our TV money, we will not be able to spend 27 million. We just won't have it. Never mind 27 million on one player, and that player being a goalkeeper. Forget it. We can discount that totally. The other thing I did see, though, was Grady Diangana being linked with Celtic. Now, as I'm talking now, I think possibly West Brom are playing Fulham. I might have that wrong. So you'll have some news that I don't have to hand. Maybe Diangana's scored that trick for West Brom. They've gone back to the top of the league. Maybe he's got injured or something. Hopefully not. But whatever. It's rumoured that we would accept 15 to 20 million for him. Now, first of all, I don't want to accept any money for him. I think if we were, as you know, I'm confident we'll be in the Premier League. But even were we to be in the Championship, exactly the type of player we'd want. In the Premier League, we still need him. I still want him. I want him to make that position his own. I can see no problem at all with a team that has Jarrod Bowen on the right and Grady Diangana on the left. Why not? Let's be fair. We might see a rejuvenated. I've forgotten his name. It's Felipe Anderson. We might see a rejuvenated, but perhaps not. I think probably not. I don't want to keep seeing Paulo Fornals there. I want him to be included and stay at West Ham. You know, be it as if he starts, so he's got to play in the middle. So I'm sure even Moyes knows he should really have a left-sided player there. So I don't understand why we'd want to sell him, why we'd put a price on him. But the thing to Celtic is just a non-starter anyway. All football's lost money over what's happened, but Celtic's record signing, I believe, is 9 million quid. 9 million quid is the most they've ever spent. Don't ask me who it is. No, I said don't ask me. Just don't ask me who it is. I don't know. Don't know his name. But 9 million quid. I think they've spent it twice, that or thereabouts. So they're not going to go out and spend 15 million. I just can't see it. Do I think Diangana do really well in that league? Yeah, absolutely. But I think he does well in the Championship. I think he'd do well in the Premier League. Of course, I think he'd do well in the SPL as well. But no, I do not want to sign. I don't want to sign him. I don't want to sell him. It's a no. It's a no. Anyway, I just don't think it'll happen, because I don't think they've got the money to buy him. But I don't think anyone has now. So I think he stays with West Ham. And I think he's on a decent contract. I think he's on a relatively long-term contract. We need to keep this guy. There's no doubt about that in my mind whatsoever. Did you see him play the other day? Oh, he did a wicked bit of skill and sort of did a drag back nutmeg. Really nice. Drove in the air and he scored as well. As I say, he might have done the same again tonight. You will know because you're watching this on Wednesday. I am merely speaking on Tuesday, and so the news will be with you by the wonders of time travel. Speaking of time travel, actually, I digress before I talk about the fans attending the games. Do you know the other day, right, or was it yesterday, I said something like it wasn't the ultimate prize. I said the ultimate prize was something like, I said it wasn't like a comet being stopped from hitting Earth, right? That's all I said. It's the only time I've mentioned comet at all for a long, long time. Today, my phone started giving me notifications about comets. So there's like comets around, and so that's weird. It's eavesdropping on what I'm saying. Because I'd always thought that nobody could hear me talking to this camera. But anyway, it's weird. Do you know what I mean? I thought, well, that's bizarre. Didn't ask about a comet. Maybe I'm being a bit paranoid. Maybe not. But they're watching, if you know what I mean. All right? So, anyway, the other thing that... the report. Have you seen the report, or at least a condensed version of the report about letting fans back in? I spoke to Gio on the phone earlier, and he was saying that in Scotland already, the face masks are mandatory for when you walk in shops and the rest of it. In England, the face masks are going to be mandatory from, I think it might be the 24th of July. Something like that. That's it. Those are going to be the rules, and I think they're going to pass some legislation. I think it's going to be enforceable by fine. So police are going to be told that they can fine people if they... And this is inside a shop, not in the park or anything like that. But it's not going to stop with a shop, is it? I guess it's going to happen in pubs and things like that. And how that will work, I just don't know in terms of drinking and you touching your face and all the rest of it. I understand why they're implementing this stuff. Don't get me wrong. I really do. I understand why it's happening. God, there's a bit of glare from there, isn't it? Excuse me. It's a bit... That's better, isn't it? That's a bit better. I understand why they're doing it. But if you basically play it out to its fullest conclusion, it's going to be football fans. And I listened to a conversation today, it was on the radio, it was about football fans attending matches masked up. And what they're going to do is, the suggestion was that they would stagger the entry. So you would have a staggered set time where you could arrive at the ground. So whatever, I don't know. A set number of people arrive at 1 o'clock, another load at 1:15, another load at 1:30, so on and so forth. Temperature checks, all the rest of it, social distancing, which I do believe we can do at West Ham better than anybody else, just because the stadium and the surrounding area is so cavernous. We took the mickey about the shouting and the whispering before, but you have to wear face masks for the whole time that you're in the ground, and in the build up and on the promenade. What am I thinking of? What's the word I'm thinking of? You know, the route, the Wembley way, so to speak. You know, when you're queuing up to get into the ground, masks on. How's that going to work with the refreshments? Now, what I understood it to be, that would be severely restricted as well. Now, it's almost impossible to get yourself a drink and socially distance. I'm not entirely sure that they'll be serving that sort of thing. Toilets are going to be a massive issue as well. But all that aside, and I'm quite interested to hear this as well. And I don't know if I can make it into a poll. I'm not sure how to do it. If I can make it into a poll on here, I'll do so on a video. If I've managed it, hopefully you'll be able to see it and you can vote yourself. But when I looked at it and I thought, well, actually going to a ground, masked up, 2 metres away from anyone, it's just not... I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. That's the truth of the matter. Honestly, I would rather... Honestly, I'd rather yank a telly out into the garden there or something and sit in the garden with 3 or 4 of my mates and not do any of that stuff and watch the football, because so much of it is the social aspect. And if what you're going to be doing is sat isolated in a stadium, keeping it very, very quiet, mask. It's not just the mask itself. I think it's more the significance of the barrier between you and not being able to lean over and talk to anybody, not being able to sit down, enjoy a pint, not being able to go down at half time and enjoy a drink with your mates and so on and so forth. And I'm not sure, but look, my routine is very much jump on a train. Just the whole thing's changed. Jump on a train, have something to eat. Whatever, listen to a podcast, read the newspaper, muck around with a phone, whatever the case may be. Get up there, meet up with a couple of mates, go down the boats, have a good old drink, have a bite to eat, chat with loads and loads of people. Go into the ground, and we walk there, all merry, going in, go into the ground, go up the stairs, take in the first match, chat to everybody around us. We got to know everybody in the immediate vicinity, and there'd be people, there's a couple of people who sit near us on the ground and watch these videos, and I miss them all terribly, and I miss the camaraderie of it, but not having that there, not being able to go down the steps have a drink and enjoy a chat with your mates and discuss what's happened at half time and all that, and then I'm not even sure I'll be getting the train. I'm not even sure how public transport would be, or whether it's even, because I don't live in London, whether it's even possible to get from there to. I used to be able to do it in about 2.5, 3 hours. I would imagine that's extended now. So I don't know. I just thought the whole experience. It don't sound like it's ready. It's not ready for me to go back, and I understand it's ready for a few people to go back. And I wouldn't want to put anyone else in danger or myself in danger or whatever the case may be. But if what you've got to do is go in there in this sanitised environment, it's not really football, and it's not really what I was enjoying. I don't think they've made a bad fist of it on the telly, to be fair. I think particularly even on the Norwich one, that's probably the first time I was sort of fooled by the crowd noise. And there was a point where I thought, I wasn't. Do you know what I mean? I didn't feel like I was watching a fake match, so to speak. Well, it's not a fake match, but you know what I mean? Whereas I think if I was inside the stadium and all that was happening, I would very much feel, well, this is not right. This is not why I'm here. I wouldn't be surprised if it backfires completely. I mean, they've got the whole process of trying to select who goes in and who doesn't. But it wouldn't surprise me if people go to that game and try out that system once and then decide it's not for them and don't go back a second time. I might be wrong, by the way. Now, I'm speaking to someone, I haven't been to a boozer yet. So it's not like I've been to a boozer or been out and found, actually, this is better than I thought. I don't know. You may go to the football and you may find, actually, this is not bad at all. But how are they going to make sure that you're sat with your mates and that they get... They're only going to be able to let sort of 20, 30% of the people in. How do they know that how are you going to be able to go with the people that you normally go with? That's going to be a logistical nightmare. You're not going to be able to enjoy a pint with them and so on and so forth. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people go to that and it works. And they say, no, that was really good. We had a good time. So on and so forth. I don't know. But I am interested to know. So even if you can't vote on a poll, if all those restrictions are in place, would you go? Would you go? Would you go? Would you go to football if you've got to wear a mask, if you can't socialise, if you can't drink and you can't do all those things? Literally, you will go into the stadium, not really interact with anybody in close proximity, and leave the stadium, and you're solely going there just to watch the football. Of course, there'll be a few who say, yeah, of course, it's all about the football. Sorry, I thought my muff had fallen off then. Some people will say, yeah, it's all about the football. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Let me know what you think. Right, anyway, that's that really. I'm about to chew the other side of my mouth off with, that's gone. Still got one. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.